All right, the last figure we're going to carve here is a little dog. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and draw his little ears in here. So his ears are going to come down like this, basically. Let me get a little pen here. Just draw it in here for a minute. But his ears are going to be drawn in here like this, in other words. Okay. We're going to come over here and do the same thing. We're going to draw little ears in there. In other words, come down here. Let's just ride that across there so that this other ear will come down into where it is at. Sorry. Okay. That's where his ears are going to be. So, let's go ahead and take our knife and begin to work on those ears a little bit. And bring those ears back and cut them down. Okay? Cut them back, cut them down. Now we always cut them a little bit larger at first so that we can cut back on them if we have to. So basically, now let's just sort of bring our face and all that stuff over here like this. And just begin to kind of remove some wood here. We're just establishing where our ears will be. Okay. Just like that. And like that. All right. Now, we kind of got and then the ear is going to come back maybe about this far. Don't have to come back this far, and we'll cut in. This basswood, this is not. It's a little tough right now. That's okay. We got it under control. All right, there we go. And we just kind of cut up in here where our ears are going to be, and let that ride as we go. All right. Now let's go ahead and go to the body a little bit and cut a little bit back. And let's sort of position. Let me go ahead and come in between these legs a little bit. And between these legs, between the shoes a little bit. Now, let me get my... Now, the arms, once again, let me take off a little bit right in here. Okay. Now the arms. Now see, we already have the ears. Put it more in there. Oh, this is gonna come back. Already got the ears on the dog. So once again, we come from this point and we come back. Let me show you. I have a little trouble with the pencil doing right today. So we got a little pen. And we take it. And we come right down here like that, in other words, okay? We come over, just like that. And we come here, and we come up here like that, kind of like that, see? Because that's where his hands will be back behind his body. And we cut into that, okay? Just like this. And we remove some wood. Just like we did with the other one. And just like we did with this one. And you come back here. And just like we did with the other ones, and we begin to take wood off to get our hands and all that. I'm going to go ahead and come between these legs here. Take that out, because we're going to have to do it anyway. And come in between these legs here and take it out. Okay, and take some off as we go along. And we just keep taking a little bit more off in here. Get rid of that chalk line, as I call it, on our figure. Come up here, we cut some more. And cut some more. And look at that, there's our hands behind our back there. And right in there. Okay. Now we're going to come back here and just cut where the ears are. All right. Okay, we just continue to take the head down a little bit on each side. Well, I like to go from side to side like this because it gives me a thing of letting me see exactly what I'm. Not that everything has to be perfect, but you want to do a little bit like that. All right. Now, where's my pencil? Now, like what we did with the other one, we're going to draw that V in here. And we're going to cut a little V in here, going down to the hinge. We'll just sort of take that out in there. Like this. Just like that. And we just sort of this is all the ears back here. It all come together as we begin to see it. Take a little bit off in there. Okay. Now, we want to cut back on these just a little bit around the ear so that it does come out a little bit more. But what we want to do is to bring the face down now from both sides. And the same thing here. We want to bring that face down. Some reason this basswood is a little stringy. It's an old basswood I'm using here, so I may have a little problem with it. I don't know. We'll see. I noticed some of it is very, very stringy and very difficult to carve. I didn't use a solution on this one, so. Alright, now we kind of have this in the way we want it. Alright, let's bring this down in here, down in here. That's our shoes, of course. So if we look at him right here, we've got him. Now, of course, this is the nose in here. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and just cut back very carefully on this nose in here. All right. I'm going to take a cut right here, and a cut here, and knock it off, and a cut here, and here, and break that off, and we've got our nose here. We'll take a little off in there. You see how we got our nose, okay? All right. We're gonna cut back on the face a little bit, and we're gonna cut on the head. We're gonna bring this whole head together like this, in other words. Bring that all from each side as you cut, and bring it up. And the ears too, the ears gonna come. As we do that, we you know, flatten the ears out even more. There we go. See that? Okay. Okay. And we continue just in here to make this from both sides of the nose. Bring that up. And then we're going to take that nose, and from all four sides, we're going to take a little bit off of it See, just like that. Okay? And this is where the eyes will be. So we're going to bring that back a little bit. It's kind of the forehead of the dog. And then we're going to bring up underneath here. Be careful of the nose. Don't break it all. Notice how when I come up underneath here, I barely push my knife. Barely push my knife. That's why it's important to have a sharp knife. I barely push it. I don't try to force it or anything like that. Okay. And let's continue. We're going to cut down a little bit in here. Bring that down. And bring that down in here. Right, like that, see? All right. That's when you start kind of bringing this all to a point like that, in other words. Okay? Digging that right in there. Now, this is our shoulders, so we're going to bring those back just a little bit. Same thing over here, we're just going to bring them back a little bit. All right. And we're going to come back here, and we're going to make this a little bit deeper back here. Cut in a little bit deeper as we go to the hands. See how we do that? Cut it. Cut a little bit deeper. And let's bring the hands. We're going to cut back on this right in here. We'll do his clothes in a little while, but we're going to work on these back hands just like we did with the other ones. It's not that much different. Okay. And we'll bring this all down in here. Now, what we want to do, get my pen again here. Let's go ahead and make where our hands are, which is going to be just right in here and right in there. In other words, that's going to be where our hands are. All right, see that? It's going to be where our hands are. So, we take that and we cut it, and then we come from the other side and we cut it. Take that off in there. There we go. And this is where our hands are going to be. Yeah, I've got some. We're going to cut a little bit of that off in there. A little bit of it off so I can make the hands even bigger. Let's kind of cut that off in here. Or take a little bit more off. There we go. Just like that. And I'm going to come up even more on here. Okay. And let's just sort of do this. Bring that, cut along in there and bring that up in there. And let's kind of just back here cut up this way. I do not know what's wrong with this basswood. This is some really stringy basswood. It's not cutting correctly. I know my knife is sharp. I just sharpened it, but there's something. It's just stringy today for some reason. It's been out in the garage a while, and sometimes the basswood gets. Now this is not from Heineke. I don't know where I got this. I think somebody gave it to me, and it's not. It's bad or anything like that. It's just a little stringy. It doesn't. It's like maybe it's not kiln dried very well. That's but that's okay. We're working with it. We're working with it. All right, we want to come here in these ears. We just want to take a little bit off in there. See, it doesn't. It just doesn't cut clean like it's supposed to. Which means I have used basswood like this before. And a lot of it is really tough. And it's not that your knife is not sharp. It's just that the basswood is just not. It's not good quality like it should be. I believe someone gave me a piece of this. Very stringy, and I know what this. I know what that is. It's the fact that it is. All right, let me just kind of. Let's come up underneath these ears a little bit and cut. There we go. Come up underneath those ears and cut that in there. So as you can see, let me take that black stuff off there. I hate to use a flare pin to have to show you. There we go. That looks more in the realm of it right there. All right, now cut them shoulders back just a little bit. Okay. Now that we've got our figure pretty good shape, now for the dog, what we're going to do is come up underneath here with this nose, and we're going to just basically draw a little line. We're going to come up underneath here and cut